welcome to Plus Promotions. My name is Dylan. Today we're going to be running through the essentials of search engine optimization for headless CMS. The thing about headless CMS is that only the people using this kind of infrastructure know or care about it. While from the rest of the non-user perspective, it sounds like a bit of a creepy term. However, from this perspective of an e-commerce entrepreneur, they could use some simplicity when it comes to updating or making changes to the site, be able to downsize the jargon or plugins, extensions, etc. And of course, get more freedom and flexibility from certain restrictions posed by traditional e-commerce platforms. Yes, e-commerce businesses can have plenty of flexibility, utilitarianism, utilitarianism with headless e-commerce. But what about search performance? If you were researching about headless commerce and are thinking of leveraging the new REST API for your WooCommerce site, here's an insight by Plus Promotions on how your SEO search engine optimization standards may be challenged by headless CMS setups and how such challenges can be outmaneuvered. But before we get down to the best part, the best search engine optimization practices for headless CMS, we need to be on the same page about what headless commerce is in the first place. So here goes a little step-by-step guide. What is headless commerce and how does headless CMS work? This is a type of software architecture that applies to e-commerce sites. Fundamentally, the CMS of the headless commerce has the capability to separate or decouple the front end or head of your e-commerce website from the back end or body. So, what happens when you do that? It rules out the paradigm associated with traditional CMSs, wherein the website content and data is decided by the front end presentation layer. With headless commerce, you get a back end only functionality which does not allow to dictate what your website should look like or feel like from the user end. So, how does that work? Uh, with help from uh, with help of such software architecture modules as RESTful API, uh, websites can support the headless commerce system wherein all back-end actions can be carried out in a centralized manner while streaming dynamic content across various devices. Organizations and entrepreneurs can prepare for the Internet of Thing age, being able to stream content across Internet of Thing devices, IoT devices, and just about any other touch point. Think mobile apps, progressive web apps, Alexa, VR systems, cars, even smart refrigerators. But whilst you're successfully delivering content across, excuse me, IoT devices, how would you, as a web owner or uh, fare well in your search performance while using a back-end only setup? How would Google crawl your front-end content? Feats of headless content management system search engine optimization from the desktop of an SEO expert. Okay, so if you're an e-commerce company en route to ally with an SEO company in Dublin or any other city in Ireland, chances are that you've come across the idea or mention of headless content management systems. Ideally, such solutions are developed in a bespoke manner and usually from scratch, including the search engine optimization ideologies. It is disruptive and nonetheless possible for a website to face unique search engine optimization challenges. But as the owner of the website, instead of backing off, go forward, endorsing the best search engine optimization practices for a headless content management system. With time, you are likely to discover that the transition has only boosted your search rank and overall website performance. So, whether you are at the building stage or of a new headless content management system from scratch, or you're trying to migrate to a headless setup from your existing traditional CMS, or looking to increase your search engine optimization rank from a headless standpoint, most of the practices described by an SEO expert in Ireland would have the following: implementing a more search-friendly URL structure, readable to both robots and humans. Don't change your URLs when migrating from a traditional CMS. Leverage HTTP vary codes from server dynamic content to each device from your server, which can in turn have more algorithmic clarity, speed, and also better customer experience. Whilst using JavaScript on your front end development, try to make your website index and framework readable to Google too. You can do this by making your metadata more semantic and avoid hashtags from interfering with your SEO landing pages. Keyword enriched quality content posted seamlessly can have a greater impact. Think of informative blog posts, social media activity, online events, lookbooks, and of course, crisp, dynamic website content. How much would you pay for headless commerce search engine optimization? It's seemingly impossible to downright state a figure about what you can expect to pay for your search engine optimization expert, particularly for their assistance to make your headless content management system setup more favorable to your search performance. Because there's no one price that fits all support systems ever. However, it is comparatively easier to state the facts. You can expect to pay approximately 400 to 600 euros a month plans for traditional e-commerce search engine optimization. Another now it is it's only radical to believe that transitions from traditional CMS to WooCommerce to headless CMS like Prismic or Storyblock can be additional expenses. But the comparison on a long-term basis, which every e-commerce website is supposed to be, there is a greater scope for you to be able to downsize from workaround extensions, plugins, um, and the time needed to put that up. So it's going to cost a little bit more to do a headless CMS system, but it will be worth it in time. While you're investing, um, for the greater good of a streamlined setup with the headless approach, you're likely to be paying comparatively higher invoices every month for 1 or 2 months based on the needs of the actual website. But in the long term, once this is done, the benefit will be a lot greater than the actual cost, as with nearly all search engine optimization. So if you have any questions, please feel free to pop us an email. Thank you so much for watching.